We are back here at Cherokee Lake for 4th of July. We did this last year. Last year, we only came out right before the fireworks started and basically put the drone in the air just before the fireworks started and only got fireworks. But I thought this year we'd come while it was still daylight and get a little of the area. It's such a beautiful place right here. You can see there people having some fun there at the marina. That is, I keep forgetting which one it is. That is Lakeside Marina. It's a very, you can see 25E where it goes across there in Morristown. The lake is probably up as far as it ever is, right up to the bridge there. Sometimes the lake levels are down, but there they are pretty much, like I said, up as far as it goes, just barely enough room for a boat to go underneath there. But this is probably my favorite lake in the area. There's several really nice lakes. I practically grew up on this lake my teenage years. And this is probably the best area of my favorite lake. So it's a wide open area, lots of boat traffic, nothing really to worry about as far as any obstacles, rocks, or anything like that, and just a great place right here. And I think you can tell I've had the drone maybe a little over a year. Uh, Definitely lot more brave and have a lot more faith in the drone. The DJI is a great drone, pretty much any model you get. Not afraid now to fly over water. And across the the lake here, that's Cherokee Boat Dock. Both of these places have grown up a lot and have a lot more places for boats than they did when I was coming here as a regular. And just on the right there is Cherokee Park, which seen a lot from the water, but never really stayed there. But it looks like it might be a fun place to go check out. And this is where they launched the main fireworks display. And you can see a lot of cars there too. I think they were having some live music there, concerts such as before it gets dark. But also, you see the area here is pretty much anywhere you go in East Tennessee, you're going to find great scenery. And yeah, that's Cherokee Boat Dock there. Lots of nice boats, and you can tell. I'll put it up here. This is about as far as I get away from our launch point, but we are about 3,000 feet away, not quite a mile, but definitely more than half a mile. Yeah, you can see the bridge there, real nice, and up through the park. So this is just a great little area, and lots of coves. If you don't want to be in the main body where all the boats are going back and forth, there's lots of coves and areas you can go to sort of be out of the main flow of traffic there. But yeah, just all these boats here. It's really great. I'll just watch these boats go by because I've watched this a few times now doing the editing, and it just makes me want to be out there. Love to get a boat, rent a boat, or something. And you can see the sun's not quite down yet there, but it's almost down, and you can see the mountains in the background there still. And I'm going to head back to Lakeside. This is where we're parked and set up over here. So basically, what the plan was to do a little quick daylight tour of the lake, come back, still have enough battery to get the fireworks display, and I'll talk about more about that here in a few minutes. But quick tip, kids, if you have two batteries, bring two batteries. I wish I'd done that. I actually have three. I only brought one because I thought one would be plenty, and you'll find out here in a minute it's not. But we still got lots of great footage, and I'm proud of what we got. I would have liked to have had about 15 more minutes worth of battery life, but there's a couple of reasons for that, which I'll get into here in a minute. But yeah, you can see all the people there at the marina. They're having a good time there. Got some live music. And I actually have some audio at the end where you can hear that. I hope it doesn't get me kicked off YouTube. I think it's quiet enough to where we won't have to worry about it, but you'll actually get to hear and see some of the fireworks toward the end, and I'll talk about that a little bit more shortly. But yeah, we're coming in for a landing now, and this is me manually landing, flying backwards. I wouldn't say I'm an expert pilot, but getting better. Yeah, just that beautiful view across the lake there. It'd be a great place to live, great place to have a boat if you have a boat. So coming in here and should drop the camera down here shortly. See the landing pad. There's our shadow. And except for that right there, that little sort of overcorrection there, I think I did a pretty good job landing right in the circle. Okay, so we'll land and we'll wait for dark. So yeah, it's just before dark. Say it's dusk, I would call this, but you can see already pretty much as far as you can see here. Fireworks are already starting to go off now. The main display is across the lake over there, but there's a fireworks store or something here on this side of the lake, and they always have a display. I'm not sure if the store sponsors the display or if it's just somebody that bought thousands of dollars worth of fireworks and set it off themselves. But before the main display, they start this, and you can see the traffic's already building up on 25E there. People coming in for the fireworks. But we debated if this was the main display this year because it was just so nice. But you'll see, the main one is just on another level from this. But this is actually very nice. I'm glad we got it, and I'm glad that I spent the time filming it because you'll see shortly that I go out over the water again, and once again, no issues, no hesitation with the DJI drone. Uh, Fully confident that it's not going to dump in the water, and it didn't. It's really a great drone. And when I was going to the lake a lot as a kid, we didn't have this, but you see this boat on the bottom here with the lights. I love that. If and when I ever have a boat, it's going to have the RGB. But yeah, you can see lots of the traffic here coming in, and also this display. This is really, I mean, I would have been happy just watching this display. It's really nice. Like I said, you can see back through there pretty much as far as you can see out the horizon there. You can see fireworks, which is really fun because, like I said, this is probably about an hour from where I live. And even after everything was over, all the way home, we could see fireworks just here and there and everywhere. But yeah, look at that. That's really some nice fireworks there. So kudos to, like I said, the fireworks store or whoever bought those fireworks. They did a nice job there. And of course, there's music, people having fun. There's some ice cold beverages being passed around, which would have been nice. It was very hot that day, but yeah, just a nice day. And as hot as it was that day, as soon as the sun went down, it really wasn't that bad. So yeah, not that bad. Yeah, we're gonna watch the fireworks here for a few minutes, and then I think I get the idea to go back out over the water, which is the best thing about fireworks on the lake is the seeing the reflection in the water, which I get that I think pretty well here shortly. I'll just be quiet here for a minute and wait till that happens, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think this is the point where I decided to get brave and go back out over the water. Yeah, just look as far as you can see, it's fireworks everywhere, and like I said, these guys did put on a heck of a display. I mean, if I would just have come down this far and just to see this one, I would have been perfectly happy with it. And that's one reason I'm not so upset that I didn't get all of the main display, and I'll talk about that more here in a minute. But because of the battery and I guess just a little misunderstanding of when the display was going to start, I didn't wind up getting it all with the drone, but I did take my phone out and got the last of it, the last probably 10 minutes or so with my phone, which is actually okay because I had sound. So when we get to that part, I'm just going to stop talking and let you hear the ambiance of the music playing and the booms from the fireworks. And that's something I've debated for next year. And I don't know if we'll be here again or not. We probably will. But would you rather hear, the sounds from the fireworks or rather just see it? I can see advantages to both. Just let me know if you have an opinion on that. Definitely be glad to hear it. But yeah, just this is really high quality fireworks here. I mean, like I said, this is all we saw. I'd be perfectly happy with that. And actually thought I was getting ready to go over the water, but apparently not. So okay, here we go. Yeah, you can see the a lot of the boats have the RGB lights on them. I think it just makes it really pretty at night, reflecting on the water, and you can see the fireworks starting to reflect on the water too. And I think that's the best part about fireworks at the lake, and that makes it worth going to the lake. I think just to see them. You see the line of cars there across the bridge. Of course, to slow down, you see the fireworks, but and you can see it's not quite dark yet. It's pretty dark, but there's still just a little bit of dusk. So I thought that the fireworks started at 9:30, but apparently they didn't start till 9:45. So that's part of the reason it would have been close either way, and I may not have had enough battery. But that extra 15 minutes, I think, probably would have gotten me through. But once again, always better to have an extra battery if you have it. Pro tip for the day. And just look at that reflection of the fireworks over the water. I just think that's amazing. And I don't know if you can see it, but on the upper left here, you see a little green flash there every so often. I thought that was some kind of reflection or some kind of weird artifact from the fireworks, but I think somebody actually has a laser beam pointing at something. Maybe they were just using the smoke there so they can see the beam. It is kind of neat. I hope they're not bothering anybody with it, but it's something I just noticed when I was doing the editing. But yeah, just look those awesome reflections of the fireworks and the boats out there. It's just really great. It would be really nice on the boat out there watching that. And that this lake just goes on for miles in either direction. So there's, you could spend a day out here and not see but a fraction of the lake. But in my opinion, this is probably the nicest area right in here. Sometimes the most crowded, which is not always the best thing. But like right now, it's really nice. I'll just be quiet again here for a minute. We'll watch some fireworks, and I'll be back. Oh, I will say that is my favorite of the fireworks that they have over here. That's my favorite. I like that. A couple of times you'll see when they shoot those off, I will have panned down a little bit to see the other fireworks, and I have to pan up a little bit because those go so much higher. These here, I love those. I think those whistle as they go up too. I can't remember now, but once again, let me know. I mean, if you'd like to hear that, it may be a little overwhelming. Definitely be a test for the noise cancellation, but I know the booms are, they're nice, but they can get old after a few minutes. But yeah, okay, I'm going to be quiet again here for a minute, and once the main display starts up, I'll be back. And again, those my favorite ones there. But as nice as fireworks are in the complete darkness, it's really pretty with the dusk background there against the mountains. Really nice. I think we are getting close to the main display. I think they sort of do a little finale. I don't know if this is it, but they do a little finale before the main display starts. Once again, a nice display. If this would have been the one that we came to see, it would have been perfectly happy with that because it was a really good one. But you'll be able to tell here the main display is just a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but better. And you can see some of the boats starting to move around. I think this is the little mini finale before the main display starts. You can see some of the boats moving around, like they're going to orient more toward the other side of the lake. Yeah, that's really nice. And I'll show my battery, I think, here in a minute. But I want to say I had maybe 40 or 50% when the main display started. So I still wasn't sure if I would have enough or not. I thought maybe I would if I didn't move around too much. Or some moving around here, so that I'm sure that didn't help. But yeah, just look at that on the water though. It's really nice. I like the little sparkly ones when they're over the water there. Okay, so I think I had some idea that the main display might start here. Oh yeah, okay, you can see it there, just on the left, and you can see the boats moving over. Once again with the DJI. Oh, okay, yeah, there, yeah. Now that's the main display. So at this point, I sort of had an idea that I may not have enough battery because I thought it was going to start 15 minutes before it did. And 15 minutes is a lot in terms of battery life on a drone. But yeah, just look at those reflections. It's just beautiful. And that once again, kudos to the city of Morristown, all the sponsors of this display. They always put on a great show here. So if you're in the area and you have a chance to go to the fireworks at the lake, you won't regret it. It's just always beautiful here. I would say this is as good as any display in East Tennessee, in my opinion. So we'll watch this here for a few minutes, and I'll be back about the time I have to come in for a landing because my battery is getting low. But yeah, I'll be right back. Well, okay. Just look at that though. All the colors they reflect in the water. It's just so pretty. Like I said, that makes it worth the trip. Even if you live an hour away or more, I think it makes it worth the trip to come down. The parking's not that bad. It wasn't that hard to find a spot. Even if you have to walk a little bit, it's still not too bad. And lots of police presence there helping everybody out. Everybody's just there to have a good time. Never heard anybody yelling or anything like that. Nobody getting rowdy. Of course, we weren't there too late, so I don't know what it's like as the night goes on, but definitely was a nice atmosphere when we were there. Yeah, look those all those nice colors. So yeah, I'll be right back. I don't think I have too much longer before the drone starts running out of juice, so I'll let you know about that here shortly. And this is me trying not to move the drone to save battery, but still wanting to get the shot. I mean, just look at all these boats here, and look at all the traffic there going across the bridge, and all the rest of the fireworks all the way in the background. It's just a beautiful shot there. Once again, all the colors. Love that. I think what I was doing here was trying to get a little closer to the landing pad just to get myself every second of battery in the air that I could. I'm not sure how much a difference it made because I was still moving, but I think I was aware that I probably wasn't going to have enough at this point. And a little aggravated, but like I said, I'm really glad I got the daytime shots, and I'm glad I got the smaller display that happened before this one. Definitely not. Okay, so yeah, I put on the screen here, so that means it's getting ready to come back. We have, I think, 25% battery, which at the time I thought I would have a few more minutes, but I think here shortly it's going to come up and say you've got to come home now. There it is. Low battery, return to home. You do have the option to cancel that. I would not recommend it because it pretty much knows what it can do. And I've seen videos where people ignore that and they wind up having to land their drone somewhere in the woods or something. So yeah, you see our green line here. As long as that line is green, that means the drone has enough battery to get back where you need to go. I think it turns orange if you're not going to have enough, and you better find your own place to land, which I don't have that option in the water here, but we're not too far away from the landing point here at this point. We're what, 250 feet maybe? Oh no, that's how high we are, I think. So yeah, we're right over the landing spot. We weren't far away. I think maybe it did help buy us a little bit of time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you think you'd like to hear the fireworks in the future. We probably will do this again next year. Maybe not here, but it's like I said, it's hard to beat this place. But I do have some bonus footage at the end here, taken with my phone. After I landed the drone, I took the phone out, did the fireworks from there, and you can actually hear the music in the background, hear the fireworks, and that has its merits too. So I'm definitely open to doing that with the drone if that's what people think they would rather have. But another manual landing here. I think this one did pretty well. I like the little light on the bottom of the drone too. That's really nice, a nice touch. So yeah, enjoy, and we'll see you next time for the next video.